The National Guard has taken control of Ferguson, Missouri, a city so torn, so tense, it is now essentially militarized. We're going to give you an extraordinary look tonight at what it's really like on the front lines in Ferguson. ABC News correspondent Alex Perez and Nightline producer Chris James spent 48 hours out on the streets with both police and protesters. And here's what they saw.
You are subject to arrest.
It's midnight in Ferguson, an entire city bracing for lockdown.
It's really like, the last battle because we've been done unfair.
On one side, protesters like Haiku, a young activist. He's gearing up for another night in his hometown, a city under siege.
Why are you wearing the bandana?
They tear gas me. And it's really, honestly, it's not going to do anything other than help me breathe. I won't be able to see, but if I can breathe, I don't need to see where I'm going.
You must leave immediately.
No justice!
The guy with a gun up there, be careful!
On the other side, police in full force.
You are violating the state-imposed curfew.
Armed to the teeth, prepared to do what it takes to enforce a state-mandated curfew.
To arrest and/or other action.
For the protesters, it isn't just about the right to free speech and assembly. They say they're here fighting for their freedom.
I'm here because I feel like the Constitution doesn't have business hours.
The first day that we protested, it was basically to let the police know that we want justice for this child.
Justice, they say, for 18-year-old Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager fatally shot 6 times, twice in the head, by Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson. He has not been charged with any wrongdoing, but this morning, Michael Brown's mother told our Robin Roberts she wants charges brought.
How can peace be restored, ma'am?
With justice.
And what is justice to you?
Being fair. Arresting this man and making him accountable for his actions.
These protests have spread globally.
Has not been charged. Has not been charged.
Our cameras had access to both sides of the fight, with the SWAT team struggling to maintain order.
He's going to launch smoke down there first. I want everybody behind the armored vehicles. They're lighting the cocktails right now.
You are subject to arrest.
And the protesters.
If you don't want to make history, go home.
Nightline producer Chris James is there on the front lines as shots ring out and tear gas rips through the air.
It was an awful experience. Hurt my nose, my throat. I couldn't really think straight. Just kind of ran this way. It was scary.
State Senator Maria Chappelle-Nadal knows what that feels like.
3 days of tear gas. I was victim to tear gas 2 of those 3 days. Absolutely scared. A lot of intimidation by St. Louis County police officers.
Born and raised in St. Louis, Ferguson is one of her districts. She's here at this burned-down Quick Trip gas station, which has become a symbol of the protest movement.
Behind us is a result of looting last Sunday, where a bunch of people were just angry and upset and decided to just raid the store, and then they set it on fire.
Her goal tonight is to keep things peaceful in a town where peace seems a long and distant hope.
It was more peaceful in Iraq in 2010 than it was in St. Louis, Missouri in 2014.
Like so many others, she thinks the police have failed in their heavy-handed approach and have created more violence than they have stopped. In this St. Louis suburb, tensions with police have long run high. In a town where 68% of the population is black, there are only 3 black police officers.
This group of people represent the victims, because any one of them could have been Michael Brown, depending on the day and time.
Their frustration led them to the streets and to social media, where an explosion of tweets thrust this case to national attention.
Starting to go nuts.
Haiku is one of the most active on social media, a rapper. His real name is Brian Lohman, and he's made a name for himself.
Shots fired. A man got hit in the stomach twice.
By documenting all the injustices he says he has seen.
Y'all was just marching and they tear gas.
Just marching and they start tear gas.
That burn. As soon as that sun goes down, man, it's like a third world country that's fighting for liberation once again, because it really is like that.
He feels it's his duty. In the past week, he's gone from having 300 Instagram followers to more than 7,500. He takes us to the spot where Brown was shot down. Here, supporters have built a makeshift memorial, a handmade tombstone, signs calling for justice, and above all, love.
He executed that young man.
Sherry and Mello live across the street from where Brown was killed.
They left his body out for close to 5 hours. They covered him up after a while. Nobody wanted them to plant something on that young man to try to justify why they shot him. You know, so everybody was watching.
When tensions flared, they sent their son and daughter to stay with grandparents out of safety concerns.
For them to see somebody lying out in the street, you know, they got questions, you know.
They want to know right now, because our kids are not home, why they can't come home. We can't allow them to come home.
Why can't you?
Well, because looters do stupid stuff like blow up a gas station, you know, gas. So what happens if something like that explodes?
Sherry says this day was bound to come.
The community as a whole is just tired of being harassed by the police in its entirety. This is just like, this is it. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is it. Everybody's standing up and want to take anymore.
The hopelessness she feels echoed by so many Black Americans across this country, including rapper J. Cole, who released his emotions through song, penning a poignant tribute to Brown called Be Free.
All we want to do is take the chains off. All we want to do is break the chains off, man. All we want to do is be free. All we want to do is be free.
He says he's not here as a celebrity.
It's out here like everybody else, brother. Same thing that all these people out here for, that's what I'm here.
The only thing that we ask is for equality. In 2014, we still on the struggle, and it's insane. But
everything you say is real.
My baby, your baby, everybody baby can be the next Mike.
It don't matter what he was or what he did. Look at how he died. I don't care if he killed somebody, you don't kill a man like that.
But reports of shooting at both police and civilians has led to the large police presence. The Missouri State Patrol has been on watch for days. They're led by the charismatic Captain Ron Johnson, a native of Ferguson. His approach is a stark contrast from the Ferguson police.
We thank you for being here to protect us.
And he's determined to change public perception.
Captain, when you hear thank you like that from the community, what are your thoughts?
I think a lot of the cameras believe that that's something that's uncommon. We thank each other, we greet each other, we hug each other, we slap hands, and we smile, and we do that all the time.
Changing perception won't come easily. Riot scenes play over and over like bad dreams. Over the past 2 days, these streets look like war zones. We followed Haiku as he picks up a friend, fresh from a standoff with police forces. He's just been tear gassed.
Getting shot at every night by the cops, man, it's just crazy.
But he's hunkering down for a fight. Tonight, as the National Guard takes their positions, Haiku says that until there's an arrest, quiet will come no time soon.
I'm gonna stand with the people because it basically is gonna boil down to the police who have been excessive and they don't care about me because they've already gassed me, they've already shot people standing next to me. So if it comes down to choosing sides, I'm choosing the people.
For Nightline, I'm Alex Perez in Ferguson, Missouri.